Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is a very exciting day for myself because we're going to be replacing the back box on my Forester. But before we get too deep into today's video, let's roll the intro. Seems like summer is coming to the UK. As you can see, shorts are out. We don't know for how long, but let's hope. Anyway, what we're going to be doing today is replacing the back box on the Forester. So it has the OEM Subaru back box, and we're going to put a Prodrive that I got from my friend Ben, one of the guys from the Subaru Forester Owners Club. You'll get to meet him. We'll probably do a walk around his car. It's beautiful. He took me out yesterday. I think he's running 370, 380 brake horsepower. And even though he had a bit of a boost leak, he sounded and he moved amazingly. So I'm very looking forward from that. As well, you're going to be meeting other people from the group, whoever wants to be on camera, off camera. Peter. We petrolheads like all cars to make a bit of a noise every time that you put your foot down, a bit of feedback every time that you change gear, either if you go up or down. You want a bit of maybe like a couple of pops, or maybe just a bit of noise coming from it, just the car talking to you basically. It sounds stupid for people that are not into cars, but for us that means a lot. That could make your day, that could change your mood from being a shitty day at work to just going home and listening to that and everything is fine. It might sound stupid, as I said, but if you're not in love with cars, don't try to understand it. Behind me, you can see my 2010 Subaru Impreza. It's an NA, but I did put a custom exhaust on this. It was my first Subaru, and I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of it if I don't really have to. I've been thinking about doing a few things. I was talking yesterday with Ben about it, to put bigger cams, or maybe just to get a 2-litre turbo engine and just drop in this. I think it could be a good project. But today's video is not about this car, it's about the Forester. So let's play a bit of musical cars. Let's get this out, put the Forester here, and let's start the process. This is a cold start on my 2010 Subaru Impreza NA with a custom exhaust. I hope you like it. Now that we got the Forester here, this is what she sounds like with the stock exhaust. She doesn't sound bad at all. For being on a stock exhaust, sounds pretty good. Let me just rub it for you so you can hear what it sounds like. And yes, it's warm, so don't fucking put on the comments, oh, it's too cold, you can't rev your car when it's cold. It's my fucking car, it's warm, and I'm gonna rev it. Alright, now that we know what it sounds like with the stock exhaust, what we're going to do is jack it up, get that off, start it up without the back box, just because I'm curious, I want to know what it sounds like, and then put the new, to me, back box. But before we start removing anything, let me show you what I got. This is what I've got, a Prodrive back box for the Forester. This came out of another Forester, of a 2.5 Prodrive edition. And in theory, it's not going to make it much louder than the exhaust that has on at the minute, but it should make it a bit more throaty. And I hope I can tell the difference. I hope you can tell on camera the difference as well. But anyway, we're going to be replacing at some point as well the mid box. Since I was speaking to yesterday with Ben, and he said that that will give me a bit more noise without being too obnoxious. So I'm going to be doing that as well. But this is the first step to make it sound like I want to. I know I've been rambling for a while, but I'm very excited about this. It's been 2 years of just replacing and repairing shit on this car, and I want some sort of satisfaction. One thing that I want to do before I mount it, and probably it's because it's going to be the first and last time I do it, is just give it a bit of a clean, just make it a bit shiny just for the first shot basically, and after that probably I won't touch it in the rest of my fucking life. So anyway, let's go and do that. This is what we're working with. We got one nut and bolt there and one nut and bolt here. So it should be straightforward, but never underestimate the gods of bolts and nuts, because they will mess with you as much as they want. So as usual, I recommend you to lubricate the shit out of them I was just done on mine. I mean, to be honest, my one seems fairly new, so I'm assuming they changed this box at some point, but it's still a Subaru one, so it's an OEM one. And then we go up here, we got one rubber mount and one on this side and one on the other. So I'm going to lubricate that as well, just so the rubber slides over that pin a bit better. And then we'll be ready to mount the other one. While we let that soak in, what we're going to have to do is remove this bolt right here. I'll see if I can knock it out first, but if not, I'm just going to spray it and set it on fire basically. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Alright, so the way that we're going to tackle this is by heating that bolt up, then I'm going to throw some cold water on it. After that, I'm going to tap one of these extractor bolts and we should be able to turn it and remove it. So yeah, let's do that. I managed to get the bolt out. I ended drilling it out because it was very fucking well in there, so I couldn't tap it out and I couldn't get the extractor bolt out. As well, I don't know if you can see it, but I have cleaned all the exhaust paste that was there, so it's nice and flat. I'll probably put a bit of on my own, but what we're going to do now is go under the car and undo the two bolts and nuts that are holding our back box with the mid pipe. Right, so in my case it's going to be a 16mm nut and a 17mm bolt. Don't ask me why, I don't know if it's OEM or they just put it on, but let's get them off. Alright, that's one out, and the other one is going to be on the opposite side, obviously. What we're going to have to do now is remove the exhaust from the hanger. So we're going to try to remove the rubbers, leave it in place, and then we're going to try to put them back on. So we got one there, one here, and one on the other side. The best way to get your rubber hangers off the hanger, or at least the one that works for me, is by basically lubricating the shit out of it. And then if you get a pair of pliers just like this, adjustable ones, what you're going to do is try to put the top of it right where your hanger is, where your actual mount is, so right here, and then the other side on the other side of the actual rubber. And then basically what you're going to do is just try to get it off, and if you're struggling a bit, just push the exhaust a bit with the other hand to the other side while you're trying to go over this metal hanger, and it will come off. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other two. Some of them are easier than the others. For example, I'm pretty sure the one on the other side is going to be quite easy. The one just behind the wheel, it all depends on how much space I've got. And just like that, the exhaust is off. As you can see, we got one hanger there, one here, and one there. So let's compare the two back boxes. And here we go, both boxes. That's the one that I had in the car, the OEM one. Well, I think it's OEM, but looking at it, when it's on the bumper, it sits quite far in, so I don't know if it's an Impreza one instead of being a Forester one. And here we go, the Prodrive. As you can see, the tip is a bit longer, but it's exactly the same shape. So what we're going to do is, as a bit rude not to, let's start it without the back box and see what it sounds like. Oh my god, that sounds so good! I don't know if I want to put the back box, that sounds very fucking good. One more. Alright, that sounded so fucking good. I think I need to get that mid box delete and put the straight pipe on that. So it sounds kinda close to what you just heard. Oh my god, that You know, the thing is, hearing other people's car sounding like that, and you feel like maybe your car is never going to sound like that. Maybe you got many things to repair or stuff like that. But fuck me, sorry for the swearing and all that shit, but it is insane. You heard it. I'm speechless. I can't even talk. That's insane. That's insane. All right, so let's mount the back box. Let's see how it sounds like with the Prodrive. Hopefully a bit better. But that right there, that was just the pinnacle. That's all nice and fitted. We got the exhaust mounted on the rubbers. We tightened the 2 nuts and bolts that connect the back box with the mid pipe, so we should be able to start it. So let's just start it up and let's see what it sounds like. I don't know how much better it's going to sound with this exhaust, if it's going to sound a bit louder than the OEM, but we're going to find out. So let's start and see what happens. Oh yeah, you can notice it. Yeah, definitely. That sounds good. That sounds good. Can you hear that? That, my friends, is the sound of happiness. All right, let's see what it sounds like when we rev it. I can definitely notice the difference, and it sounds very nice. I reckon, in my opinion, it sounds very nice for just being in the back box. Tomorrow I'm going to be going to Caffeine and Machine, and I can't wait to drive and see what it actually sounds like when you put your foot down and with the actual noise of the road and the echo and all that kind of thing. But yeah, I think sooner rather than later I'm going to remove that mid box and have a straight pipe on that, so we give us a bit more of that rumble, and we, as Ben said yesterday, unleash the nice sound of the flat 4. So yeah, I'm going to get it down on the floor slowly but surely. We are getting here what I want it to be, with the looks, with the sounds, with the power, so stay tuned. But the video is not going to end here. Tomorrow, as I said, because we're going to Caffeine and Machine, I'll make sure I'll take some nice photos of whatever cars I see there. And as you can see in the photos and a couple of clips from Caffeine and Machine, we had a great time. There were many different cars, different builds. We got to talk to a few people and ask them what did they do to the cars and stuff like that. And as you can see, that MR2 is been turbo, is a standard engine. It has, I think he said, a S15 turbo on it, and it's running around 200 brakes, something like that. But it probably is going to go up soon enough, because we all petrol heads are like that. We always want more, and we want to get more and have more fun. So it was very good to meet you. I don't remember your name. I don't think we actually introduced each other, but that's how it goes in the car community anyway. And before we go, I realized something. I realized that when I was revving the car with the Prodrive exhaust, you couldn't really hear it properly. You could hear more the engine sound and stuff like that. And if I get the mic close to it, you can hear it properly, you can hear it better. So what I'm gonna do is put the camera close to the exhaust and see if this time we can capture the proper noise that I can hear every time, every morning, and so do my neighbors when I start the car. let's give it a couple of reps and hopefully this time I can capture the sound a bit better. Alright, I hope this time I actually managed to capture the sound of it. It does sound very good. As I said, it's not loud or nothing. It's louder than it was before and a bit more throaty, but sooner, very much sooner than later, we're going to be replacing that mid box. I already have my eye on one of the pipes from, I think it's Scooby World or something like that. So yeah, that's going to be coming soon. So make sure you stay tuned if you want to find out how that sounds. But as always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing if you do, and I shall see you very shortly.